Gals, but 2D Sarah here to help with the narration. So doing the serve and racquetball seems easy, right? Wrong. If not done correctly, it could cause a lot of damage. To do the perfect serve, we divided it into 4 even phases, starting with the starting position. And here we're going to have Tala being our lovely demonstrator. Thank you, Tala. So the starting position, during this phase, you'll notice that the left leg is positioned in front of the right leg, but the weight of the body is on the right leg, specifically the right foot. The left leg is in front of the gluteus medius, the gluteus maximus, and the gluteus minimus, as well as the tensor fasciae lata, work together to rotate the hips so the left leg can be positioned in the front. The rectus femoris, the vagus lataris, and the vagus intermedius are activated, and the pivotal hinge joint at the knee allow the leg to extend. Because most of the weight is on the right foot, specifically the forefoot, the soleus and the gastrominimus, the plantar flexors if you were, are also activated to help stabilize with the body. That was phase 1 for you guys, so now let's jump into phase 2, the preparation phase. Now, in this part, you will notice Tala in slow-mo. This is to notice the arms beginning to extend. The left arm, which is holding the ball, extends forward, while the right arm that's holding the racket begins to horizontally abduct. The person does this in preparation to do a backswing. So the left leg stays in the same position, meanwhile the right leg abducts. Again, the gluteal muscles and the tensor fasciae lata are activated to medially rotate the hips in addition to the pectineus, the abductoral externus, the abductor longus, the gracilis, the abductor brevis, and magnus help the hip to abduct, allowing the leg to move towards the center of the body. Meanwhile, the submenteneus, the submembraneus, and the biceps femoris extend to the thigh and flex the knee, allowing the leg to move back. Since the right arm begins to horizontally abduct, the posterior deltoids activate to move the shoulder, the medial trapezius, the lower trapezius, and the rhomboid, major and minor, activate to move the scapula to aid the horizontal abduction. The middle deltoid and the submenteneus are activated to help hold up the arm. This upper trapeze holds up the scapula. To support the shoulder and the scapula, the infrontaneous and the teres major are activated. The left arm moves forward due to the anterior deltoids, with the arm's movement are aided by the shoulder joint. The extensor dictorum, the extensor indicus, the extensor carpi radialis longus, and the brevis, and the extensor capri ulnaris allow for the powerful grip. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel like a rapper for a second. Not a good one, but I tried my best. So let's jump into phase 3, the momentum phase. Now during this phase, the left arm throws down the ball while the right arm fully horizontally abducts to perform a backswing. The left leg abducts while the right leg stays in the same position, so now the weight stays on the right leg. To fully horizontally abduct again, the middle and lower trapezius, rhomboid, major and minor, activate to move the scapula to aid with horizontal abduction, and the middle deltoid and supraspinatus are activated to help hold the arm up, and the upper trapezius to hold the scapula up. And to support the shoulder and scapula, the infraspinatus and the teres minor are activated. The glenohumeral joint is activated during the horizontal abduction and is major articulation of the shoulder girdle. Since the torso moves to the right while doing the arm extension, when the left external oblique contracts, it allows the trunk to twist to the right. The right internal oblique muscles are also contracting to help with twisting the torso. It operates opposite to the external obliques. Moving to the right leg, since it abducts, the gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus, and the tensor fasciae lata are activated as the primary muscles that abduct the hip. Then the piriformis, the sartorius, and the suprafibrous of the gluteus maximus are also activated, and they act as secondary muscles that abduct the hips. And because most of the weight is off the right foot, specifically the forefoot, the soleus and the gastrocnemius, the plantar flexors, please, are also activated. But I need water after this. But we're finally at the final phase, phase 4. During the serve, the right arm comes back more accelerated with more power to perform a forward swing. The left arm stays down and close to the body, while the left leg remains in the same position, while the right leg abducts and the rest of the body also moves towards that direction when doing that. During the forward swing, the lower body and the hip rotates, and this is done to the concentric and eccentric contractions of the gluteal muscles, the hip rotators, the quadriceps, the gastrocnemius, and the soleus. The trunk of the body will also do the concentric and eccentric contractions to rotate while doing the swing. It'll contract the external and internal oblique, the erector spina, and the back extensor muscles. Because the serve requires the arm to come back more accelerated and powerful, the arm activates the infraspinatus, the teres minor, posterior deltoid, and the trapezius, and this creates concentric contractions. After these 4 phases, you can now do a racquetball serve. Yay! So now that we've seen the 4 phases, let's carry out the serve. Tala, care to demonstrate for us, please? Great serve, Tala. That was a great example. Now, I'm glad nothing happened to you. You did everything correctly. But let's look at some things that could actually go wrong if you don't do the 4 phases correctly. The articles that we're going to be seeing right now is basically showing a couple things that can go wrong. A couple things being like there was an abductment between the greater tuberosity of the humerus and the posterior superior glenoid lumbar, which increased the contact pressure in the article surface of the posterior superior rotator cuff, which kind of started leading to tears in the shoulder. Some things like the superior lumbar anterior to posterior tears, which is called SLAPs. There was also a couple other tears, such as the labral tear, the scapular dysgenesis, and the long head of biceps injuries. There's a lot of injuries that could actually happen, and this was all done in a 6-week core stability training. Well, that was fun, but now it's time for the games to begin. We interviewed Katerina and Tala for the game, and they were asked to predict who would win, and here's what they had to say.
I'm gonna win because I'm a winner. Yeah, I think I have a good chance of beating Kat. There's just something about her that I can't really place in between. She's really good at sports and has no idea what she needs to be doing, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, there's something about her that I think I could win.
The clips that we're going to show you, it's obvious that Katerina is the winner.